Hi, darling. Welcome back. So, the conversation of witchcraft is a part of South Africa's cultural zeitgeist. Almost every month on social media, there's a conversation about someone accusing someone of witchcraft. There's always a conversation about someone saying that their colleague is bewitching them. And I always find it quite puzzling how, whenever a white person enters the room, it seems that the witchcraft doesn't affect white people, it only affects black people. So, what I want us to do today, I want us to have a conversation about witchcraft. What we're going to do is we're going to watch a few videos from South Africans talking about witchcraft, and then we will read a few tweets in relation to witchcraft. I will add my reasoning. Do I believe that witchcraft actually works? And I will explain it from my perspective. Why? Why I think witchcraft doesn't work.
How do they target you? Simple. As a child, you love sweets, you love this, you love that. So they'll come in your dreams and feed you your best treat. You start eating. It's nice because you love it, right? You've got a crush on this boy at school. So this boy comes in your dreams. He looks like the man of your dreams. He starts sleeping with you. If it happens over and over and over again, trust me, your indigo status will be shut down. You'll forget your dreams. You'll only see eating dreams and sexual dreams. You will never be psychically open. You'll never see things like we are valeg. Even with everyone, when somebody creates a black magic spell, or whatever it is, it comes into your dreams. You feed for the first time, second time, third time. If it happens consistently, trust me, there's no other dream that you can see. You yourself become tired. You wake up tired. The zest for life, the zeal for life actually depletes,
Witchcraft is real, bro.
It's real.
It's absolutely real.
Witchcraft isn't the one that you saw there, or like what do you mean witchcraft?
The one at the.
So you think already like we can talk to mermaids?
Definitely.
Nah. It is there.
Guys,
I believe to a certain extent, the ocean is very powerful. I know someone who was taken by the ocean and brought back, and hectic stuff. Cool, but like, poloi.
It's real, bro.
Lawyer. I feel like
I don't believe it.
You see how people believe in prayer, and I feel like if you believe in something hard
it
enough,
will happen.
It's gonna come true in a way. It's like you're manifesting it. So if I manifest that, whether you're going to perish in your career, and I dedicate my life to that, it might happen. You understand what I mean? So I don't know if it's
that's a bad
luck
example.
or like I don't know.
Bro, witchcraft is real talk. A lot of rich people, especially in the African continents, that thing is a true depiction of reality. A lot of rich people, bro, get their powers from the underground. And what I liked is that theme depicted the real life, because here's what I like, bro. So these people were run by this thing in the family, and it's the same thing that they wanted gone now because it was taking so many of their children. And the theme was beautiful. You can't go into bed with the devil and think the devil will be honorable, because in the end what they did is what the mermaid said is, give me and I'm gonna let your family go.
There's a snake that is inserted in the vagina of the woman that wants to do this money ritual, because it's a money ritual. The snake is put in such a way, I get a snake head first, tail after. But when you do this, the tail needs to be inserted first. The head needs to be sticking out of the vagina, so that the mice or the rat that we are going to be feeding, and the snake needs to eat. So the snake is between the woman's legs, right? With imithi esishisile namakhandlela esiwashisile, amakhandlela amnyama ngoba yisithwalo lento. Yisithwalo. The snake is put in the vagina facing backwards, and then there's a mice or a rat that will feed imithi. Do you understand? Faneke idle imithi. The whole point is that rat or that mice must be inside the female. But the muti that is fed is muti that's supposed to attract these men, that is supposed to pull through imali ephuma kula madoda lawo. That's why I said there's consequences in everything that you do in life, especially when you're doing something bad. And now let's just say hypothetically we've inserted the snake. We need to then feed the snake while it's inside your vagina, inside your body, with the muthi. Angithi ngoba isithwalo, inyoka izomamela into isangoma or inyanga emtshela yona ukuthi njengoba ongene ngaphakathi, the snake already knows. So what are we performing here? And then we feed the rats or the mice or whatever you are feeding to the snake, you feed it umuthi, right? And then the snake is left in such a way that it will steal. Now the lady is sitting with the legs open and with the snake sticking out. The snake needs to grab this mice.
Love potions. A lot of people have mixed feelings about whether love potions are good or bad. A lot of people feel love potions are bad. But some people are like, but if I love this person and I want them to be with me, I'm not poisoning them. I'm just trying to strengthen our relationship or our bond. And apparently there are people, even within a marriage, who use love potions. My own personal opinions is that these things do not work. I don't believe in love potions, and maybe you can school me. Maybe you've tried them out or someone has used them on you and they've proven that love potions work. It meets your tando. For me, number one, if you're going to be using substances on someone behind their back without telling them, that should almost be a criminal offense. To me, it's no different to using a date rape drug. It's no different to spiking a drink, getting someone dizzy, putting some drug, some cocaine or whatever in their food or in their drinks. You are altering their state of mind to behave in a certain way which suits your agenda. So I don't believe in these things and I don't believe they work. But what I do believe is there are natural, well, we'll call them natural love potions to me. What's a natural love potion? There's a certain perfume that your girlfriend or your wife wears. There's a certain cologne that your boyfriend or your husband wears. And the smell itself triggers thoughts of them. It makes you miss them. You could be traveling anywhere in the world, and if you smell that, you're like, oh my gosh, I just thought of. So that becomes a potion in itself because it's like a medicine of sorts which triggers thoughts of someone else. Another thing could be whether smell or, more importantly, taste the food that they make. So your favorite dish that your wife cooks, your favorite, the way that your husband fries lamb chops and marinades them, etc. That in itself, is liso, like something that you eat. It's literally that. The way that she cooks, I miss her cooking. The way that he cooks, I miss his cooking. The way that they smell. And more importantly for me, if you are looking for the number one love potion, the number one muti to get a person to love you, to stay in love with you, to love you even more, it is acts of service. Nothing will make a person fall in love with you than serving them. Now, things like obviously cooking, baking, cleaning their space, doing their laundry, ironing for them, helping them in business, educating them, linking them to job opportunities, helping their business grow, maybe helping out their family and their family problems. That can be the most powerful love potion in the world. Imagine meeting someone that comes into your life. They educate you about things you've never learned about. They plug you to the best job opportunities. They help you start a business and grow a business. There are certain squabbles and issues you've had in your family, and they come in and they sit your parents down, they sit your cousins down, and they resolve these things. They maybe help you out financially. They help you lose weight, and you gain confidence. That is the most powerful love potion. So before you go and sit with Inyanga, before you sit with the Sangoma, and worse, if you sit with Umtagati, who's a wizard or a witch, who's coming to bewitch someone, just look at yourself and be like, what work am I doing to make this person appreciate me? And it must come from a good, clean place, not to lock them in, but to serve them. The most powerful love potion, the most powerful ntando, korobela, zliso that you can ever do is to love someone through work. Love is a verb. Through service and helping them out become the best version of themselves that they could be.
Okay, the topic of ladies using muti to keep men. Someone called it chemical engineering. Listen, I don't promote it. I think it's silly. If a man doesn't love you or doesn't want to be with you, why would you force another human being to love you forcefully? Because we all know it always ends in tears. when these things end or they need to be renewed, these men will start to retaliate. Whether they start beating you, whether they will leave you with 15 children, whether they do it, but it never ends well. No one is going to say, oh, it's okay, baby, you gave me korobela. Yeah, I might as well keep staying. No. People, it's women that cannot accept being rejected. Women that can't accept not being loved. How can you force? It's like you. How would you feel if someone made you their personal zombie? They literally capture you. You are in love with them unconsciously. You are forced. It's not voluntarily. Isn't that rape? Sleeping with someone unknowingly. They get all the pleasure out of you. You keep bringing your body, you keep bringing your salary, you keep bringing yourself, but it's involuntary. If you had a choice, you wouldn't have chosen that person. You know, so I think it's very dangerous that women will even think of doing that or dabble into making a man love you. If that man agakfuni, leave him. Leave him. Don't force another whole human being to love you via black magic. It's never worth it. It's never. There are many people who have forged their relationship via imbiza, via mama and kaza, via mhlabialingan. It's okay. But just know it's gonna come back for you. Nothing lasts forever. I don't condone it. I'm not judging people. People do what is right for them. But I think we must give other human beings the choice to choose whether they want to or not to be with us.
Very interesting videos. I find this conversation quite interesting. So I want us to also go through a few tweets. There was a Twitter post by Siyabonga in September this year that was talking about witchcraft, and people shared their opinions about how they feel when it comes to witchcraft. Siyabonga says, I love witchcraft conversations because the logic is hilarious. So, you can use witchcraft to punish your baby daddy, but not make him pay maintenance. Lol. Charlie, it works only on useless things. It is destructive force and not creative force. Sweetwater says, why aren't they using witchcraft to get into exec positions at work? Kanti, why does this thing not work on the rich? Kimberly, it's the same as going to a Sangoma, Ekasi, asking to be a millionaire while they are not. If I want to be rich, I want to go to a Sangoma that stays in Sandhurst, that drives a Royce and owns a franchise or something. Zandile, using it on a colleague you hate, yet you don't use it to get a raise or promotion. Ntlantlan, they can't even use witchcraft to punish their white boss who is making their lives miserable at work, but they can bewitch a black colleague for buying themselves a car or home or even just getting married. The last tweet is from IC. They even utilize Muti to attract rich men, but they can't seem to make themselves rich. Before I share my opinion and the fact that I do not think that witchcraft works, I want us to think about these questions, ponder on them. If witchcraft exists, with the advanced technology that we have 4K cameras on our phone that could record a video in 4K, but we never seem to see a video online that is in 4K of an actual witch flying. I haven't seen an actual witch flying. I will believe it when I see it with my naked eyes. The only videos I've seen recently are actually just AI generated videos, or some it's using wiring and making it seem as if someone is flying. Until I witness it with my own eyes, that is when I will believe it. The second question that I have is, why doesn't witchcraft work on white people? It seems that in the South African context, the witchcraft only works on other Black people. We're always trying to take away the success of other Black people, the luck of other Black people, But I never seem to see this effect on our Caucasian counterparts. In a corrupt society, my other question is, why not use it on our corrupt politicians who are stealing money from the hospitals? Why not make them so delirious, so stupid that they send you money? Why not make them so unhinged that your witchcraft makes them just give you money, or they actually just are able to lose their jobs? Why can't politicians lose their jobs? Why not use that witchcraft if it's real? Why not use it on our corrupt politicians? That would actually be more constructive. It would allow us to bring in a new league of politicians, younger, possibly in their 40s. The other question that I always ponder on is people bewitching other people's children, especially in university and high school, bewitching someone's child to fail school. Why not bewitch your own child to actually pass? Why not bewitch the university to actually make sure that the system, malfunctions and gives your child the best academic record? Why doesn't it work on big institutions, on big corporations like universities and companies? Why doesn't it work on the banks? Instead of you stealing money from other people, robbing them, getting a ritual to be done to you so that you can be protected as you commit a crime, why not just bewitch the bank to send you money to your bank account? Why not just bewitch the bank to just malfunction and you get money and be a millionaire? It goes back even to the question of Sangomas or witch doctors. Because I think there is an actual difference between a Sangoma, which is a traditional healer, and a witch doctor. A witch doctor is someone who deals in the dark arts. So you can hire your witch doctor from the township who lives in a back room to make you rich, but they are not rich. I only take advice from people who have already reached the level I would like to be in. If I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to see and consult with someone who has reached that level of wealth and success. If I want dating advice, I would go to people who have been married for years and are in healthy marriages. If I want to be rich, go to someone who's rich. How do you expect this witch doctor to make you a millionaire, to make you win the lotto when they cannot do that for themselves? It's becoming very apparent that it's just a money grab, in my opinion. One of the first reasons I don't believe in witchcraft is the fact that I'm very understanding that it is a money grab. Nobody who has no success can make me successful. I just don't believe that someone who hasn't learned and gone through that process of becoming rich and wealthy can teach me anything to become rich and wealthy. I do think everyone has wisdom to a degree. Everyone has a story. But unfortunately, I would like to learn from people, whatever thing, success, from someone who's actually reached success. Why would you believe that this witch doctor in a back room or in a shack, in some corner, can make you rich? Why are they so glorious? Why are they so amazing that they would just want to help you while they are suffering? Why make you rich while they are suffering? It doesn't make sense to me. While they have to deal with your small money that you give for consultation, where they could be living it large. Logically, for me, it doesn't make sense. I don't understand why struggle when you could actually be rich yourself and you don't even need to sell your herbs and your muti anymore because you're so successful. And I want people to understand, I respect people's beliefs. I respect every single person's beliefs as long as it doesn't deal with killing people or harming people. I respect people's beliefs, religious beliefs, whether you're Christian, whether you're Muslim, whether you're believing in traditional methods. I respect everyone. Why do I do that? I do that because I think for every person, there's a reason why they believe in what they believe in. There's the context in which they grew up in. I literally grew up in a Christian family, and I got the opportunity to work in a Muslim country for almost 3 years. I come from a Christian background, but I was able to be in a Muslim country, and there were certain elements of the religion that I found quite beautiful. They believe in family, in community. They were so gracious to me. They were so giving and so welcoming to me. I may not agree with every single religion or religious practice or traditional or spiritual practice, but I can 100% respect it. I believe we should respect people's beliefs, regardless of what you think. I can disagree with your belief, but I can actually respect you as a human being as well. That's why I was able to see the beauty and have the open-mindedness to appreciate a religion I wasn't raised in. I was in a Muslim country and I got to appreciate the good elements of that religion. The same way I can appreciate some of the good elements in Christianity and other beliefs. I am one person who believes in God. However, I'm not a religious person. I believe in the fact that there is a creator, there is a God. I'm just not a religious person. I respect people because I would like to be respected as well. And I respect people across the different religions. As long as it's no harm, no human sacrifice, like no dangerous practices, bloodshed, I respect people. The other reason I do not believe in witchcraft is because I've noticed something. People use witchcraft to explain the unexplainable, things that they struggle to understand. They use witchcraft as an explanation. So let me give you an example. So there's a phenomenon that happens with a lot of elderly people where, unfortunately, as you age, some people develop certain disorders, and that could be dementia. One of the most painful things about people with dementia is that they experience certain symptoms of confusion, of feeling so scared in where they are, because imagine your eyesight is failing, it's getting dark, your brain is tired because you're losing your memory, you can't remember a lot of things. By the time it's nighttime, your brain is tired and cannot process information. You're dealing with this disorder. Then we see a lot of older, elderly people roaming the streets in the middle of the night. It's not always witchcraft. Like there's things like dementia. There is a phenomenon called Sundowning.
Sundowning. Let's talk about it. Sundowning isn't just a change in mood. It's a neurobiological event. And once you understand what's happening under the surface, it makes sense. In people with dementia, especially Alzheimer's disease, the brain regions that control our internal clock start to deteriorate. These areas normally help us regulate our circadian rhythm, when to wake, when to sleep, when to start relaxing, and winding our body down. So as the sun sets and environmental cues change, the brain can't interpret them properly in a patient with dementia. That wind down signal gets lost. Add to that decreased melatonin production, aging eyes that don't register light well, and damaged light processing circuits in the internal clock can become completely desynchronized. Consider cognitive load as well. For someone with dementia, even simple daily tasks can take a huge mental effort. From the moment they wake up, they're working hard to make sense of people, places, and routines that don't always feel familiar. By late afternoon, they've worked their butt off. Their cognitive reserves can be depleted. The brain is tired, processing slows, inhibitory control starts to fail, and their ability to filter noise, manage emotions, or stay grounded starts to collapse. Imagine your own self on a very bad day when you have jet lag, etc. Now layer in environmental changes. Shadows, background noise, more activity, and the overstimulation can push an already exhausted brain into fight or flight mode. That's when we see pacing, agitation, fear, or withdrawal. I took a lot of speech therapy, y'all. I love my speech therapists. Sundowning isn't intentional. It's not a personality change. It's the result of circadian misfiring plus cognitive load plus sensory overload. When we understand that, we stop trying to correct behavior and start creating conditions that support a vulnerable brain with structure, calm, and compassion. This was just the science portion, but we'll go over some behavioral management in a different video.
The phenomenon of sundowning. So anybody who's had to deal with the elderly or the people who are starting to develop dementia, Alzheimer's and stuff, they will notice that around sunset, they start to get confused, agitated, etc. I want to encourage somebody out there who's trying to deal with somebody getting upset when this happens. I've been there, I've done that with my own grandmother. She would pick up the phone and call me and say, I don't know how I got here, but I'm in this town over here and I need help and this, that, and the other. And it got to the point to where it was running me ragged trying to take care of her. And I finally had to realize that there's nothing I can do for this. She is confused. She's experiencing sundowning. The best thing for me to do would be to ask the nurse, can you just put the phone just out of reach? Because she's calling me all hours of the night. I'm run ragged. It's just giving me anxiety. I can't deal with this. I got to work full time and, deal with this. So they just put her phone just out of reach. So when she finally did come back to her senses the next day, she'd say, oh, my phone's there, and grab it and call me and stuff was good. But if somebody is sundowning, you're just going to have to let them do what they do and, try it again a little bit later, because it's going to run you ragged. And I assure you that you're going to be suffering more than they are.
How come you're not in bed? Oh. Hi, it's you. It's me. What are you doing, honey? You need me for what? I just wanted to know where you were. What? I wanted to know where you were. Oh, you had to know where I was? Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm gonna be with you. Let's go to bed. Okay. I'm just kind of looking around at things.
As you can see, sundowning is literally a real thing, where even you saw with the last clip with the couple where the old lady was just waking up in the middle of the night and roaming because her brain is trying to figure out what's happening and it's degenerating. And it's so sad to me that in the Black community and a lot of just African communities, a lot of people are not aware of like mental health issues and the disorders that come with aging. Sometimes you see an old person roaming the streets because they are going through the symptoms of dementia, such as sundowning. They're getting scared, they're getting hallucinations because their brain is degenerating and their eyesight is actually so bad that any shadow could look like something scary. That's why sometimes we see old people getting very confused in the middle of the night. And you see it's not just an African people thing, it happens even with elderly white people. Another reason why I don't believe in witchcraft is because there's a psychological phenomenon too. There's the placebo effect and the nocebo effect. And witchcraft functions on the nocebo effect. The nocebo effect is basically when you already expect that something is going to affect you negatively because you already had the belief that this thing is going to hurt you or harm you. Your body will react negatively and worsen your symptoms. Whereas the placebo effect is when you believe that something is good for you, even if it hasn't been proven to be good to you, but because you have the belief that it's good for you, it will impact you positively. There have been studies whereby they will literally give people painkillers and pills without any kind of pain medication. And the people will be told that if you take this pill, you will feel so good, your pain will go away. And they found that in both groups, where the people got the painkiller and the people who didn't get the painkiller, they both had positive impact. They both thought that, oh my God, I'm actually feeling better. The nocebo effect is the same thing. I believe that witchcraft only works because people believe in it. It's the nocebo effect. It's people believing in the fact that they saw this thing at night. They saw this shadow. They saw this muti. They saw this thing. And because of inherited fear, generations and generations and stories of witchcraft passed on from your grandparents telling you about it. Now you believe it. It's a part of you. So you already have the belief planted in your system. Therefore, you are already going to react negatively to the stimulus. When you see the thing that represents witchcraft, you will feel the negative impact. I think the human mind is so powerful. The human mind can actually make you believe certain things. For example, I know that we cannot explain everything in the world. The fact that I don't know, like I'm very comfortable with the fact that I don't know everything. I'm comfortable that I don't know what happens after death. I don't know. I'm humble enough to know that my human brain has limits. I'm very comfortable with that. That's why I don't try to explain certain phenomena with my own understanding. I know there's limitations, But human beings try to explain things. We try to explain away things because it makes it more comfortable for us to try and think we know everything. It's our first time on earth. We don't know everything. And that's just the limitation of the human mind. I've just learned to accept that my mind has limitations, like there's certain things I will never understand, the metaphysical, the supernatural. But logically, I just don't see how witchcraft could actually impact me because I don't have the belief. I wasn't raised in that belief. I don't have it in me. Therefore, I haven't seen these things that people talk about. I haven't experienced these supernatural things. Therefore, I'm a person who functions from like actually seeing something physically. I need to see it. I need to understand it. And I'm aware and empathetic to the fact that maybe some people have gotten the experience to see it in real life. My opinion is I don't believe in it because I don't believe in it. I haven't seen it. I haven't experienced it. So, and I don't even give it power. One of the other reasons I don't believe in it is because I don't believe that a human being has power over me. I'm sorry. Whether that is a witch doctor, it is a pastor, I don't believe any human being has any supernatural power over me. Yes, a human being can hurt me physically, psychologically, but I don't believe a human being has some level of supernatural power over me. Why do I say that? If you are a religious person, the idea is that God is all-powerful, the Creator is all-powerful, created human beings, created us. And to worship a human being is like worshiping an idol. It's worshiping the creation instead of the Creator. If I believe a human being has some supernatural power over me, I'm already saying that this human being is above me. This human being has control over me. This human being, I'm putting it on a pedestal as if this human being is a god. I don't believe that any human being has power supernaturally over me. You can have power over me physically. You can have intellectual power. Maybe you're more intelligent. You have money power, like you can have more money than me or more social capital than me. But I don't believe human beings have supernatural power. The thing that was created, having godly access to the mystical, to the cosmic, to the magical, I don't believe that. I'm sorry. It's ego. I believe it's ego because there's limits. I think the human mind just has limits. We don't know everything that happens in the spiritual. If you're religious or you're spiritual, we don't know what happens in the spiritual. We can try and understand it from scripture, from learning, but we do not know. And some people think they know everything, and that for me is scary. I'm a student to this life thing. I'm 100% a student to this life thing, so I don't believe in the fact that there's any human being who knows everything, and I don't believe that there's any human being who has supernatural control over me, supernatural dominance over me. The only creation or the only power that has power over me would be the being that created me. The other sad thing is that in the South African context, in the African context, we tend to blame a lot of misfortune on the witchcraft. We tend to blame it on the mystical, on the darkness, whereas some things are mental health related. Some things are depression, some things are stress, some things are bad decisions or systematic inequality, poverty. Certain things happen and we try to understand why these things are happening to us. So obviously the easy way to explain these things would be to say witchcraft, because what other explanation? It's easier to point to witchcraft than to actually understand it from other perspectives. And I understand it's an African perspective. We tend to explain certain things through the mystical, through the fantastical, through the things that are spiritual. But some things are actually medical things. Depression can cause you to not be functioning well at work. You think your colleague is bewitching you when you're just going through a very tough time mental health-wise. You could be going through financial struggles. You could be going through a lot of bad decisions. Like your business could be failing because you made a lot of bad decisions. some things cannot always just be these dark arts things. Some things can actually be explained through science, through medicine, through mental health practices. And I'm not saying that I know all the answers or I believe that science could explain everything, but I'm aware of our limitations, and I don't think everything can be explained just with witchcraft. My conclusion is I don't believe in the fact that witchcraft works because I don't believe a human being has power over me. I don't believe a human being can command that level of supernatural elements against me. I just don't. That would be worshiping a human being, the creation being worshipped by the creation. That doesn't make sense to me. You're putting another person above you. I also believe that human beings would be millionaires, like witches would be millionaires, if this witchcraft thing was actually effective. And if witchcraft was this real thing, why doesn't it affect every racial group equally? There seem to be some racial groups, especially racial groups who don't believe in it, they seem to not be affected by it. Have you noticed that? The racial groups that do not believe in it are not affected by it. If this thing is so powerful and it's such a real thing, why doesn't it affect everyone equally? Across the races, across the money divide, across the class divide, why is there seems to be a certain group that's affected by it more, and it seems to be the group that believes in it more, and that's usually the Black people. We usually are affected by it more because we already have the belief. The last point is I need to see people flying. I need to see people flying. I'm sorry, I actually need to see people flying. We have CCTV, we have 4K phones, we have cameras every single day. We can record almost everything, almost every embarrassing thing, but I don't see people recording people flying. I need to see people flying. I'm sorry. I know maybe I'm ignorant, but ignorance is bliss. I need to see people flying in order to actually be like, oh, this is real. So there's a lot of things that I just personally don't understand. I don't agree with. I want to hear what you think. Do you think witchcraft is actually a real thing? Do you think it actually works? Or do you think it works on belief? Like the fact that you have to believe in it for it to function. And if you got to the end of this video, leave a purple heart emoji in the comment section. And I look forward to hearing your opinions, darling. Bye-bye.